Before a couple of years, I was asked to design a training program for cargo losses, assessment, adjustment, underwriting, and recoveries. So I have prepared a couple of modules which is giving the basic introduction and various subjects related to cargo losses, assessment, and the adjustment of loss, the policy terms and condition. Then there are various types of surveys like draft survey, alert survey, four-dimensional cargo lashing surveys, container stuffing, de-stuffing, loading, unloading supervision. Because the marine surveyor is not complete if he is not knowing what is cargo loading, unloading supervision. Earlier, this was the integral part of marine survey department for any surveyor who is working with the insurance companies. But over a period of time, with the competition, with the introduction of brokers, and then they have reduced premium to such level that the insurance companies start appointing any loss uh, supervisors. Earlier, 99% of the vessels insured with the insurance companies, the unloading supervision was appointed by insurance companies. This has been discontinued. So the first-hand information was, the insurance company was getting a first-hand information in the full process, which has been totally discontinued over a period of time. And now the person who is not having license is doing unloading supervision. He is working with the clients on a Hindu marriage system contract. And but then my attempt is that I will try to teach over a different modules various things which is related to draft survey, alert survey, and sort of thing. So this is a basic introduction. Maybe what are the areas uh, we should be covering as a cargo surveyor. Everything will be covered under this introductory module, and then there are separate modules on various subjects. The marine cargo loss assessment, adjustment, you should have various knowledge regarding cargo behavior, inherent nature of cargo, then how packaging is very important. All these things, a surveyor, a loss adjuster, even underwriter, the first step, there are three rungs you can say. The supreme post is underwriter. Before becoming underwriter, a person will be a cargo loss adjuster, and before that he will be a loss assessor, quantity assessment, quality assessment. These are the jobs what he is supposed to undertake. Now there are measurement of cargo losses. So what are the related measure? What are measurements? The draft survey. Whenever there is a dry bulk consignment, the method of assessment of cargo loaded and unloaded by the vessel, it is carried out by draft survey. It is based on Archimedes principle. So one should know how draft survey is performed. What are the limitations of draft survey? What is the implication of limitations in underwriting aspect? So first thing, if the person is not knowing the limitations of draft survey, how can he provide a proper access? How can he provide proper warranties in the policy? So this is the very important aspect. The next is liquid bulk. So what is the method of assessment of quantity when it comes to liquid bulk? It is a allege survey. Allege is the vacation, or you can take the depth of cargo, the deep of cargo, and try to find out volumetric analysis to find out how much cargo is loaded and how much cargo is unloaded, how much cargo is received in storage tank. This is also measurement. This is also not accurate. This is definitely not 100% accurate. And then this is also to be known to the cargo underwriters and claim adjusters. That what are the limitations? What are the ordinary losses? What is the definition of ordinary? What is if it is contrasting with the accident? Who says that it is ordinary? Then there are warranty surveys. Maybe be it over dimensional cargo. There would be towing. Why? Simple. Even loading, unloading supervision. It is a warranty. So whatever the conditions imposed in the you do it or don't do it, something like that in the policy. They are warranties. But then lashing supervision, the loading supervision, the draft survey, alleged survey, over-dimensional cargo survey, all these things are, wherever the conditions are imposed, it becomes a warranty service. Then there are break bulk surveys. What is break bulk? The atom which can be counted. It is, say, for example, newsprint reels, coils, cartoons, pallets, packages, bags, and various type of cargo, which is basically, it is counted. Then, then what is that? You should understand the packaging aspect, because improper packaging, it is excluded from scope of policy. The packaging is deemed to include whenever it is stuffed in the container. If it is carried out prior to attachment of the risk, or it is carried out by the insured. So packaging is very, very important aspect of it. And then the different types of losses. There could be theft and pilferage. There could be a hook damages. There is a short landing of the cargo. There is a landed but missing of the cargo. And then there is a rush damages, oxidization, seawater ingress, condensation damages. You name it, accidental damages, the contamination damages. So there are a number of types of damages, and person should understand the different types of damages, reasons for damages, the methods of analysis. You should understand the instruments which is used for the in laboratory for the purpose of analysis. So once you know about the different type of cargo, loading, unloading supervision, the methods of quantification, the next stage, or you can say the next promotion in the department, it is the adjuster. So what are the requirement as an adjuster? You should know about the Marine Insurance Act 1963. You should know about the rule of construction of policy. You should know various things which is listed out in the act and the rule of construction of the policy. Then there are different type of institute cargo clauses. Nowadays we are using 2009 clauses, but then there are all risk clauses. There is a B perils, that is a named perils, and C clauses are there. You should know about the how it is to be interpreted. What is the misconduct? What is inherent nature? What is improper packaging? What is improper stuffing? What is losses attributed to delays? All these things should be known. You should know about then what is the duty of assured? What is the forwarding charges? There are various type of clauses you should know, because you are going to adjust the loss as per terms and condition of policy. You should have when you should have insurable interest. Can you have insurable interest at the commencement of journey, or at the time of loss? If you don't have insurable interest, is it okay? Can you put up a claim? So these are all very, very important aspects what one person should know. Then you should know, you look at the claim file, you look at the loss, you understand the loss. Person should be in position to tell that this is not because of maritime fraud. You should get the intuition. If you are doing everything, you should know. You should have the feeling that no, this is definitely a maritime fraud. This is a scuttling job. This is piracy, or this is the phantom ship. All these things to be known. Once you know about the various aspects, you should know about the flag of the vessel. You should know about the classification society. You should know about the age-related problems with the vessel. You should know about the flags-related problem of the vessel, importance of classification society. These are all very, very important points. Then you should know what all the organizations combating with the fraud in national and international market. So you should know all these things. Then what is the next? You should know the loss adjustment techniques. What is loss adjustment? It is adjusting a loss as per terms and condition of the policy, insurance policy. What type of clauses are given? Is it within the validity period? Is the peril, the allegations of cause, whatever it is, but then is it covered under the policy? Is it excluded from the policy? So this is the adjustment. Then for that, for adjusting any loss, you should definitely know what is the port documentation, what are the customs documentation, what are the bank documentations. Because many times what happens, the it is a sales turnover policy, and then the everything is in terms of uh, the say import invoice is there. The import invoice is in US dollars, and which how you are going to change from US dollars to Indian rupee at the time of recommendation of claims. If you take the exchange rate from bill of entry, it will definitely be more by 2 or 3 rupees. So just imagine you are settling a claim, you are recommending a claim of $10,000, and then if you are taking the exchange rate as per bill of entry, the custom rates are at higher side, so you should get the bank rates. What is the remittance details? What are the bank remittance details? That is the rate to be accepted at the time of settlement, because 2 or 3 rupees a difference in $20,000 could be quite substantial, could be 1 lakh rupee. So these precautions you should take at the time of adjustment of claim. You should be asking for proper documents. You should know the bank documents. Now you know the adjustment, you know the assessment. Now you're fit to be an underwriter. So cargo tariff. Earlier tariff advisory committee has given a tariff. They have discussed the importance of flag, the age of vessel, classification clauses. Now there is earlier when TSE was there, there was no safety management. But international safety management, ISM compliance. So these things are very, very important from the underwriting point of view. Because if you nowadays people say our claim ratio is 120%, 25%. 100% claim ratio I can understand, because the intention is not to make profit out of somebody's. That means there is we are charging much more. If the loss ratio is 10%, 30%, 40%, and if it is loss ratio is the claim ratio is 125%, there is definitely somewhere something wrong in your underwriting, in your the settlement of claims. So, what are important factors? Cargo tariff we should know. We should know the importance of flag of convenience, classification societies, and the member of International Association of Classification Society. The importance of age of vessel. What is the age of vessel if it is a dry bulk cargo carrier? What is the liquefaction of the vessel? Liquefaction. What is the spontaneous combustion? Because if you do not know all these aspects, then what is the flow moisture level? Where flow moisture level has to be checked. So if you do not know all these things, how can you incorporate the warranties in the policy? And then finally, you should know the scope of recovery, the limitations of recovery, the various conventions we are following it up. What is the possible recovery in HDR? So recovery is whether you should pursue recovery or not. Many times, so let us take an example of liquid oil consumption. The Bombay High Court judgment is very clear that vessel should not be held responsible when, as per the arrival alleged, if there is no shortage. The vessel is not responsible for any shortage from vessel to storage tank. There could be leakage, there could be calibration problem, there could be a number of reasons, but the vessel should not be held liable for that. Now, if there is a shortage of say 100 ton and you want to pursue recovery from the vessel, it is unlikely. You will never get the success in such type of recoveries. So it is a costly process of pursuit. You should know whether recoveries are possible, how much recoveries are possible, and whether you should pursue it or not, because it is a costly process of. It is a very costly process. Legal process is very, very costly. So you should know the possibilities of recovery, what are the chances that how much quantity you will get, you should know. Thank you. Now, this is a very, very important aspect from the point of underwriters. I have prepared a cargo horoscope. In Indian, in Hindu marriage system, horoscope is having a lot of important things. my celestial position and my good lady's celestial positions are checked. Everything is, matched. And then the Pandit, he decides, the risk analyzer, the narrator, he will say that no, this is not a risky thing. She is not a Mangali, the boy is not Mangali, and you can have the marriage. I do not know what happened subsequently. Everybody is aware of it. I need not to tell on that. But similarly, I have prepared a cargo horoscope. So what are the important things? The carrier. What is cargo? What is the season? What are the people connected? What are normal expected losses? Then what is the shift and storage? So when you look at the carrier, the ownership profile, whether he is an asset trader or he is only a singleton owner or he is a fleet owner or it is a shipping corporation of India, American President Line, Nippon Lines and Maersk Line, bigger lines. Then what is the flag? These are all very important aspects because a very good owner, if he is not an asset trader, he will definitely having a good classification society, he will take care of his vessel. The maintenance will be good. The manning will be good. And then if the maintenance manning is good, the chances of losses are much less. Then what is the flag? What is the age of vessel? What is the flag? Because the flag could be a flag of convenience. The flag could be a blacklisted flag. Nowadays, nobody sees. I told one of the claim person that this is having a classification warranty, but this is the class was withdrawn. The Lloyd class was withdrawn at the time. It's a specific voyage policy. You should be taking care at that time. He said, "Gavarikar, कौन देखता है आजकल?" Then I said, this is the blacklisted flag. She is 25 years old. Class is withdrawn. The blacklisted flag. There was a water entry in the vessel's hold at Mundra port when she was taking a rice. So this is very important. Which is a flag? What is the age of vessel? What is the type of vessel? Type of vessel we are referring not to the bulk cargo or tanker or container vessel, but then whether she is a liner or tramp. Because liner is maintaining a fixed route. The tramp is, picking up cargo as and when it is available and the destination as considering the charter party agreement. So the liner ships are still nicely and well maintained, better maintained. Then there is a pre and post ocean carriage. How much distance you are going in the, say for example, the inland transit from the origin to port, maybe 1,000 kilometers. Then there are chances of damages in that. So all these things, it's a sealed container. So if it is a flooding and water is ingressing inside, the shipping company, the vessel will not come to know. Because she has traveled 1,000 kilometers, everything is dry when the container has been loaded. So this is very important. The P&I club. Whether vessel is having a good P&I club. Because good P&I club support at the time of any general average declaration, etc. So the vessel should have a good P&I club. So this is from the carrier point of view. Then there is a cargo point of view. What are the properties of cargo and sensitivities of the cargo? What is when I say what is property? Liquefaction, the spontaneous combustion, evaporation, adherence. These are all the inherent nature of the cargo. So these are you should know the sensitivities. And then at the time of underwriting, you should incorporate warranties in such a way that the losses can be arrested. Then what is the packaging? Packaging is very important. Because somebody will say, this is as per European standard. But okay, the packaging is very good as per European standard. But is it good for Indian road standard? Nowadays roads are good. But then 99% in India, I have seen many accidents, the vehicles are overloaded. Because they say it is not, otherwise it is not feasible. It is not economical to carry cargo at this rate. So packaging. Then the salvage value. That some of the items, even after loss, even after See, if she is lost to sea, if there is a theft and pilferage, then things are different. But during physical accidents, during damages, it is never a total loss. You will definitely get a salvage value considering the material value. So if it is a mild steel, you may have, say, for example, 50% of the value. If it is a copper, you may have 60%. If it is aluminium, you may have 70% of value. So this is very important at the time of underwriting to understand how much we are going to have salvage value. And then of course valuation part of it. It is a dynamic valuation. The terms of sale can be X works, FAS, FOB, C&F, CIF, but then where titles of goods are. You should know the titles of goods are changed when the ship is loaded. Earlier it was crossing the rail, now it should be placed on board. So this is very important. And then what is the sum insured and what is the basis of insurance? Basis. Then the next is season. So once you know about the cargo and sensitivities, the method, you should know the methods of assessment of cargo, quantity assessment of cargo, like draft survey, etc. Then the seasonal variations. What is the weather? What will be effect of heating and sweating and the relative humidity is more at the time of stuffing of the vessel? What will have the effect of cold on the cargo? If the rainwater penetrations are there, how fast oxidization will start? What precautions you should be taking? What could be damages by moisture and condensation? Where it will be stored during transit time? Because you see, there are three places: the pre-shipment, shipment, ocean transit, and post-shipment after unloading. So these three phases are there. Every time these three phases are there, if it is an export or import. In inland, of course, there are two phases. There are also three phases, which you should understand. And then try to find out how many days are there, what are the chances, which location, what are the possibility of losses. Now there is a people connected. What are the people connected? There is a consignee, then there is a broker, then there is a moral hazard. See, all consignees are not same. You take the name of Tatas, people have a different feeling. You take the name of L&T, you have the different feelings. You take the name of Kirloskar, you understand about the ethical standards. There are many companies, you keep on taking names, and then you will have certain intuition about the company, company behavior, company philosophy, management philosophy, working standards, working philosophy. So you should know about the consignee. Brokers. I have yet to see a broker in Indian industry that he will say, yes, Gavarikar, the claim is not payable. Every claim is payable by default as per their analysis, their understanding about the policy, their interpretation of the policy. But then we should know which broker you are dealing with and what you are going to face when the claim comes. Moral hazards, of course, this is very important aspect considering the personnel connected in the theft, possibility of theft, which cargo it is, how it is going, where it is going, what are the possibilities of theft and pilferage, then what are the methods of handling, whether repairing is possible. Electronic items invariably it will not be repaired. So you should know whether this can be repaired or it cannot be repaired. Then the recoveries aspect, that when the damages are there and you are taking proper precaution, you are lodging a claim. So what are the chances of recoveries from the carrier? So people connected, and finally the normal losses expected. If it is a liquid bulk, there could be adherence, there could be evaporation. If it is a coal, there could be spontaneous combustion. If it is a sponge iron, there could be spontaneous combustion. If it is a, say, fluorospar, the chances of liquefaction is there. So considering the nature of cargo, the damages could be different. And you should understand, what are the journey hazards. The rail, road, air and sea, there are different journey hazards. So you should know different journey hazards. You should understand the adequacy of packaging. And then the end of the length of journey. Which route it is coming, whether it is North Atlantic, whether it is the southern hemispheres, which cargo, what type, what is going to be a temperature, whether it is coming directly or via certain ports. What are the inland legs of transportation? There are certain routes they are more susceptible for the theft and pilferage. One should know, underwriters. The transshipment points, then different road conditions, then the port condition, port congestion, the chances of theft and pilferage in ports, and then the political risk associated, the warehouses, the CCTV footage, transshipment CCTV footage, what are the safety and security. So all these things must be known, and then only you understand the in totality about the cargo. So in all my modules which I have prepared, so 1 to 14 or maybe 15, 16, or maybe I'll keep on adding it. So what I'm going to discuss basically, this is a preliminary thing. I'm just giving an introduction. This is not covering the single topic in totality. But then what I'm going to discuss is surveys required by underwriters. Of course, cargo underwriters. The marine losses of break bulk cargo. Marine losses, maritime frauds affecting cargo insurance companies. The dry bulk cargo losses. What is dry bulk cargo? There is a fertilizer, the coal, and iron ore, various type of concentrates, and these type of things, soda ash, maybe grains. There are a lot of grains are also imported in bulk, exported in bulk. Then there are liquid bulk cargo losses. What liquid bulk cargo losses? What type of liquid is there? There could be crude oil. It is coming by ULCC, VLCC. Then there is a edible crude oil. There is a edible refined oils. There are different type of chemicals. There are different types of petroleum products. There are different types of, you can say, LPG, LNG, butane gases, ammonia, liquid ammonia. So the method of assessment, because the losses you get, loss will be either in quantity or quality. Either it is contaminated or it is off specification. There is an accident and the machinery is, it will not give the functional importance of the machine is lost. So considering all these things, you should know the methods of assessment, quantification. Then once you settle the loss, as per the rules, you can say the various acts, etc. There are chances of recoveries from the carrier, from the transporter. He is liable for a safe carriage of your cargo. And if whatever happens and if it damaging the cargo, the insurance company can settle the claim and go for recovery with the letter of subrogation. So you should know the chances of recoveries. Then you should know the packaging and loss minimization. Because packaging plays very, very important role. A very good packaging. You see, it is like this. A cargo surveyor like me, I will think of designing a package in such a way. It's something like the package which will not be damaged by fire, which will not be damaged by air, this will not be damaged by water. Totally, it is immortal. It will not get damaged at all. But then it is going to be very, very expensive. Can you design? Yes. You can have a packaging that even after accident, nothing will happen to inside cargo. Possible. But then at what cost? Whereas a product engineer who may give a balsa wood, very flimsy and very, very decorative packaging. So no, the packaging should be designed considering what are the rejection standard of the buyer. Because if he is having a very strict rejection standard, the packaging has to be good. If he is slightly condensation or water damage, if he is going to reject it, then you should have a the water barrier. There should be a water permeability test, the moisture test, rainwater penetration test in the packaging. So there are various types of tests prescribed in the packaging. Then there is a project cargo, and then how to minimize the loss, because there is a delay in startup. This is a new concept, that is a, you can say, type of loss of profit which is provided in this project cargo. So you should know what is lashing, what is the lashing supervision, what is the weight, how we are going to carry, what lashing should be there on the barge, on vessel, how we are going to minimize the losses, what should be a lashing, what is a cargo securing plan. So all these things must be known for a when we are underwriting or when you are surveying a project cargo. I have taken lectures at many places. Maybe it is a National Insurance Academy or be it a College of Insurance. Whenever I am discussing with the underwriters and calculation of premium, and I am asking them that, say, for example, if the CNF value of the goods is 1,000, 10,000, you rupee, dollars, whatever it is, the insurance is, of course, historic, 1% premium on cargo premium, it is, I can only say that a dream premium. But then now you want to work out what is going to be a premium on CIF plus 10%, how to work out the premium. So there is a mathematical formula which is given by which you can work it out what is going to be a provisional premium. So once you know what is going to be a provisional premium, that is then you can work out because it is CIF, cost, insurance and freight plus 10% premium, you have to work it out. In that, C is known, F is known, 10% you want to work out I. So there is this can be done with a mathematical formula. One is a percentage of premium plus 10% multiplied by 100 divided by 100 minus 1 is again in bracket, 1 is percentage premium, whatever is the percentage you can take plus 10%. So this will give you a provisional premium. Now in this particular case, you know the CNF value. Now the provisional premium with this mathematical formula we have worked out, which is coming 1.11223. When the premium provisional will be 1% of 10,000, 1.11223% of 10,000, this will become 111.223. Now what is basic cost? 10,000. So what is CIF value? 10, 10,111.22. So add 10%, so 1011.1. So CIF plus 10% is becoming 11122.3. Take 1% premium on that, it is 111.223. Okay. So this is the way how premium is to be calculated. This is, you can put it in your Excel. You will never make any mistake when you are calculating a premium. When I came in this industry in 1981, I was having, few basic qualifications like diploma, 4 years training, what I did from Indian Navy in ships construction, naval architecture. I was having diploma business management I did from Indian Merchants Chamber in 78. But then I realized that there are a lot of things you should know. That my knowledge, mere knowledge from Indian Navy is not sufficient. There are containers, so I should have the container and then I am going to survey. So I have become a container inspector. I appeared for examination from International Institute of Container Lasers. Then by the time I was when in Navy, I was pursuing my industrial engineering. So I completed my industrial engineering in 1983, which was recognized equivalent to the BE in production. And then I was given a charter engineer status from the Institute of Engineers. Then I did the postgraduate diploma export, import and shipping, because our job as a surveyor, we should know the documentation part, we should know the export, import, custom documents, etc., the bank documents, and that is the reason I did this course. What I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to show you my qualifications, but what I'm trying to say that I have picked up these qualifications over a period of time. And then because there is no proper professional examinations in India, I thought of preparing the modules, but whenever anybody can pursue their further education, there are various courses available. So then I did the postgraduate diploma in packaging from Indian Institute of Packaging, because when I am commenting that whether the packaging is adequate or it is not adequate or it is insufficient, and when the loss is repudiated on this ground, There's every possibility that somebody will ask me the question. So I pursued this. So you should have the knowledge in packaging. Then I did my diploma in marine surveys from International Institute of Marine Survey in London. Then I did my advanced diploma. There were totally 10 papers in various modules, but very excellent method of teaching and then questions, etc. So I did my advanced diploma in industry. Now when I realized that I have a lot of qualification, but I do not have any qualifications which is related to insurance. The very long ago, maybe before 20 or 25 years, the insurance institute asked me to write book on cargo loss prevention. But then subsequently, because I was not having any formal qualification in insurance, they were not asking me to, of course they were calling me for exchanging my views on hull and machinery and cargo topics. But then I did my associate diploma from Indian Insurance Institute uh, uh, just to acquire knowledge, the necessary knowledge in insurance. I am trying to say that you should have this professional approach, keep on learning. The time is always, even at the age of 60, 65, 70, you can keep on learning. These are all my various memberships. I don't want to discuss about my membership part of it. But I want to tell all participants that if you want to become a very good surveyor, if you want to be a very good person in, you can say, marine department, then you should have the full knowledge of, first part is, what is the first one? You should know the assessment. You should know how the quantity is assessed. You should know what are uh, the the losses in dry bulk cargo, liquid bulk cargo, break bulk cargo. Then how to obtain a short landing certificate. What is Stevedores tally? What is landed but missing certificate? What is LOB certificate? Who issues the loss overboard certificate? So these are all things must be known at the stage of when you are on the first rung of assessment part of it. Then I said, you go to the next stage, then you should know, adjust the loss as per terms and condition of the policy of insurance. You should be in position to do that. And then the final stage, you should understand the how to analyze the risk, find out the risk associated with each and every type of cargo, how to minimize the losses. So these are very important aspects from the in the portfolio. This is just an introduction of the overall subject, because I have already uploaded a module which is on condensation of cargo, and then you should be, if you go through all the modules, hopefully uh, what I feel I'll be achieving, that I'm sharing the knowledge. This is the knowledge is the thing. Neither your brother can snatch from you, neither the king can take from you. This cannot be pilfered. No thieves can take knowledge from you. And then by distributing knowledge, it is not reduced. On the contrary, it is increased. So this is my philosophy about the sharing of knowledge, and that is the reason I have prepared these modules. I served in Indian Navy for 14 years. 4 years for the training in practical construction of warship and naval architecture. In 71, I was on board INS Deepak replenishment tanker, and I have had a war experience. There are a couple of medals, decorations, what you can say. Uh, I acquired knowledge about ships, about the construction of vessels from Indian Navy, and then during Navy, I was also pursuing my further studies. So this is just, of course, for common this thing. Nowadays, you see what happens. A person is not coming, a seafarer is not interested in the cargo surveys because the fees are much less. There are people, seafarers coming, but they try to be a PNI club surveyor or something like that. Earlier, the insurance companies were appointing for cargo unloading supervision, but because the premium has come down, they have stopped doing that one. So a person, now I felt, because earlier I used to have staff of 10 to 15 people doing liquid bulk supervision, doing dry bulk supervision, etc. But then when there is a huge loss, now I realize in Kadla, there was a huge loss out of 735 packages. Say 134 packages were in damaged condition. Now we were appointed by a private insurance company for survey. Of course, my two surveys from Ahmedabad, they attended that. But then I realized that when you do such a huge survey, you should have a couple of people with you. It is not a job of one man. Maybe the regulatory body, they don't realize this. What has happened? Premium has come down. We don't have the people, the weighbridge class, the samplers, and then the tally class. All these things are gone because in docs, no survey is possible in 100%. Assessment is not possible. It has to be a externally pre-dispatched condition only. So even if you have some people, external survey they are doing it, once it is going to final destination, there you can have the full opening of packages and full assessment. There a loss assessor, the license surveyor is required. But because it has become compulsory, the people started not giving job of law, the cargo supervision. The people are not there. Now we are only one or two, three people. Not much. But then, this is the effect of the competition, the changing scenario in insurance business, the introduction of broker, the departments of loading supervision, unloading supervision is clearly segregated, separated, and then naturally it will have the effect on the total knowledge bank of the insurance surveyors. Now, all participants of this particular presentation, I am giving certain assignments to the participants. Please write down few lines on various types of surveys normally required in insurance sector. 1. What is loss assessment? What is draft survey? What is alleged survey? What are warranty surveys? What are types of maritime frauds? What are containerized cargo losses? What is condensation? What is cargo sweating? What are the desiccants provided? What are cargo loss adjustment? And how to calculate a marine premium on CI plus 10% basis. If this is the basis of valuation, how to work out premium. So these are the assignments I am giving. I'll be definitely going preparing a module in 2 or 3 days. One particular model will be prepared, and all the topics will be discussed, including draft survey, alleged survey, etc. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Be with me. Be with the course module. What I'm thinking to design uh, for the benefit of surveyors, for the benefit of loss adjusters, for the benefit of people those who are handling the claims from the broking firm, from the insurance companies, and as such from the marine underwriting people, marine cargo, those who are connected with the marine cargo portfolio.